Hi, I'm Tara Swigert and I'm here to help you explore your creative business. Today I want to talk about using Pinterest for your handmade business. Marissa asked on Twitter about what she could do with her 900,000 Pinterest followers. This is a great question because lots of us have a lot of Pinterest followers that might not necessarily translate into anything for our business. So before you start thinking about using it for your business, number one, know your goals. What is it that you want people who come from Pinterest to do? Do you want to increase your traffic? And if so, why? A lot of times people say they want to increase their traffic when in reality they want to increase their sales. That's a different goal. So that's the next question is it that you want to increase your sales? And then the last one is it that you want to increase your newsletter subscribers? For each of these three different goals, you're going to want to send people to different places. If you want to increase your sales, you want to send people directly to where they can buy your product. That means your goal is to get your product pinned on Pinterest, both in your own boards and by your buyers and followers and fans. If you want to get newsletter subscribers, then you want to make sure that what you're doing is sending traffic to the page where people can sign up for your newsletter. But back to traffic. If you want to increase your traffic, why? Like I said, most people actually want to increase their sales, but they think they need to increase their traffic. You might want to increase your traffic if you are trying to convince somebody of the size of your website. If you sell advertising, or if you're trying to talk to a book publisher or magazine editor or the press, it's impressive to have large traffic, but traffic doesn't always equal any income. So think that through when you're trying to set your goal for what you want to do with Pinterest. After you know your goals, you have to know your people. What is it that they do with your product? Why do they buy it? And then how do they use it? And what else do they use it with? This comes in so handy when you're making Pinterest boards with your customers in mind, which is what we're going to talk about in a little bit. But you really want to know who they are and what they're doing and what they're interested in. So once you know your goals and once you know your people, there are really two ways you can use Pinterest in your business. And you can do them both or you can just do one. The first one, and this is one everyone should do even if you never have any intention of joining Pinterest, okay? And that's make everything on your site pinnable. If you want to make more sales, then your products need to have a pin it button somewhere on the page that's easy to see. And you make your item more pinnable by having a gorgeous big photograph. If you want to get more traffic to your blog post, then include an image in the blog post that's pinnable, it's pretty, it's inspiring, but make sure that the person who sees it on Pinterest knows that it leads to a blog post. And you can do this by adding text to the image, something as simple as the blog post title or a quote from the blog post. The thing to keep in mind is that people use Pinterest to post images that they find inspiring just by looking at. Things like a beautiful living room or a great quote or a beautiful piece of art. And what often happens is that people pin it and repin it, but they only look at it. They don't click through to the site. And for Pinterest to be useful, getting people to your site to do something, you want them to actually click through. So make sure that the images that you're posting actually have some information that tells them they need to click through. The second way to use Pinterest for your business is to actually use Pinterest to create boards and pins that your people are going to be interested in. So this goes back to knowing what your people do with your product. Here's the thing to remember. You want to mix your products in with other things that your customers are going to like and things that they're related to. I don't find it very effective to have a board that's called My Products, and here's why. Great example is Marissa, who asked this question. She has over 900,000 followers on Pinterest, but only 7,000 followers on her board My Products. That's less than 1% of the total people who follow her on Pinterest, which means when she pins one of her products, it kind of goes into a black hole where nobody sees it. And the reason that's a problem is A, nobody's seeing it, and B, she's not helping her customers out. She could use Pinterest to help her customers get ideas for how to use her products. So the trick to getting your followers to actually see what you make and sell is to mix it in and make it helpful to them. You're doing them a service if you can help them find ways to use your product. If you have a question about using Pinterest in your business or anything in your business, email me or leave a comment under this video and let me know. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on Pinterest. Have an excellent adventure.